Gonna start off the day again with the bag in the humid tropical environment above the aquatic center down below. I'm not sure how many more of these workout videos I'm gonna do, kind of vlogs, exercise vlogs. I don't want to like overstay my welcome of, being the guy that's walking around in the gym with a video camera and stuff like that. So, just as quick as I came, that's how fast I'm gonna leave type thing, before I become known as the guy that's kind of walking around with the camera or whatever. Because I've started having people ask me questions about it. Sometimes like there are people that like want me to get them in my shot even, and so like usually I just kind of patronize them and I just film whatever, you know what I mean? A lot of times it's like little kids, which can be like sketchy because there's so much shit going around the media all the time of like older people like preying on like the youth or whatever. But I'm just some dude just going around vlogging, and every once in a while, like today, I had a bunch of kids come up and I was like filming like this, and they're like, "Oh, what's that?" I was like, "It's a camera." They're like, "What do you do?" I was like, "I do YouTube." And they're like, "Oh, sweet, get me on film doing this and this and this," and they start doing all this crazy stuff, and I'm just like, all right, whatever. And then I just delete all that shit, but yeah, so I'm getting to that point where it's like I feel like I'm overstaying my welcome here, like filming and walking around like in this facility. So this might be my last video in which I do that. So kind of just playing it by ear, or adjusting as I go, rolling with the punches, so to speak, kind of like feeling the vibe of the environment. Right now I kind of feel like the city of Logan is like keeping me alive. It's like I'm like a plant that it's like watering and giving sunlight, and I don't want to like piss it off or something. Not to say that I'm intentionally doing anything which is socially unacceptable, because I'm not, but still at the same point in time, I don't want people to question as to whether or not I am, and I still don't want to be like overstepping and being like annoying and being like douchebaggery in a sense. So I think I'm just gonna kind of transition after this video into something else. I don't know, we'll see how I feel about it tomorrow, but this is how I feel about it right now, so that's kind of why I'm talking about it. I'll probably still keep doing like my writings every day, like at the end of like some sort of segment, whatever it is that I'm kind of like in the mood of, kind of trying to capture that mood and like share it so that other people can feel it. That's kind of what I've been trying to do here. Just kind of document my days in like a fun and pleasurable way for anybody watching. It could be something that's educational, where it's like anybody that's wanting to get into fitness. Can be entertaining, like through meaning in regards to the commentary I have. Sometimes I touch on subjects which might have some value to a listener. But yeah, somebody that's wanting to get into exercise, here's pretty much what I do, is just kind of like play it by ear, just like I'm doing with this YouTube thing. That's how I kind of am in life in general, so that's kind of how I am at the gym. But yeah, I just got done with my sprints. Now I'm transitioning into some vert work here. So just kind of jumping up each level and then jumping off and then exploding so I can work on my vert. See that chick in the background right there? She charges $60 an hour for personal training. Ridiculous. Because I went into their personal training office and I was like, "Oh yeah, can you guys set me up or whatever, And they were like, "Oh yeah, sure." They were all like gung-ho about it, but that was before they, showed me the price, of course, for all their personal trainers here at the gym. And I would say that I'm like in as good a shape or better shape than a lot of the personal trainers here. So it's like, could they really do, anything to actually help me up my game? I think more so than anything, it would kind of be like a dedication type thing where me just having the personal trainer would kind of hold me to my word almost and make me push myself that much further. But yeah, I was in their office meeting with them, and they like showed me all their prices, and like I think that she is like the most expensive personal trainer here, and the other ones average around $50 an hour, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing any of that. I'll just train myself, whatever. So started off by hitting the bag in the aquatic center. Now we're moving on to the heavy bag. And if you don't have callous knuckles, this one can really mess you up pretty good. Like, I used to get bloody knuckles pretty much every time after I worked out on it. Now I have like pretty good calluses, but everybody else that kind of hits it does so with gloves, you know, their own personal gloves. But I've just kind of pushed through the pain, so to speak, until my body's kind of adjusted to being able to do it without gloves. So now just doing some little light band workouts, just trying to get some range of motion, some resistance exercises to try and tone everything up, get those balance muscles, those minor muscle groups, just strengthened up. Really trying to protect myself from injury here is the main thing, you know, because getting injured sucks hardcore. And most of the times in which you find yourself being injured, it's like during something stupid, you know what I mean? It's not even like during something risky or something like that. It's just like something stupid that just happened. You're like, what the, you know what I mean? Like, I got injured from that, like, dang. But yeah, just doing some ring stuff, like practice on getting up there and tricep, whatever. You know, this is a public gym. Obviously, I'm not like paying for a private space and to take footage off of or whatever, so it's like I just got to deal with everybody walking through my shop, but whatever, that's life, you know what I mean? It makes this more real because it is real. This is just me, some dude that's just going to the gym and just doing all this junk, you know, so whatever. Gonna kind of slow it down now and just kind of go and meditate here in the gym, shoot some hoops, just kind of free my mind for a little bit, listen to some music, mess around mostly. This is where those kids came up and started talking to me. They're like, oh, you got a camera? Shoot me shooting this shot and all this other stuff. And, you know. But yeah, now gonna go and do some like calf work here. My calves are pretty strong. Like, they don't necessarily look too mean, like at a glance, especially watching this video. But that's quite a bit of weight. And I wasn't even struggling on it. And I could definitely do more weight than that. I could probably load this machine up and still get 10 reps for each type of calf raise that I'm doing. Just trying to work on that so that I can dunk. And here's my writing and thought for the day. Worth its own weight in salt. I just kind of laid down here in like the yoga studio and wrote this on my belly. Found myself in a comfortable position and wrote it up. And now I'm gonna go and read it to you guys. So that's what the raw copy looks like. Sometimes I ad-lib, but for the most part I stick true to the writing. All right, everybody, here you go. Worth its own weight in salt, a saying of measure and of use, in scale to that which has rational use, which is why we must ration. For inspection beyond shallow reason, beyond that which we are equipped for, will find our lungs being filled with the very thing we valued, to a degree in which is no longer for our own good, too deep to see. Those that left the security and stability of the sure line of land, seemingly immovable beneath the feet, come back as salty sailors, forever immersed in that which they floated upon, ironically becoming then the very thing of value to that which they were measured against for value. Salt preserves and is a protectorant against spoiling from exposure, which is exactly what happens to those that leave port, as they are exposed to a multitude of cultures, harboring the vast majority of life in an ocean that is easy to drown in, which is why the salt is so important on a voyage, a preservation of where you set sail from, so you can make it back, not getting lost at sea, for there is much to see in a seemingly endless landscape, which from surface view holds nothing but the reflection of the one looking down upon it. A sailor then titled, for he is well traveled, difficult to comprehend, for he is full of the stuff which preserves life, but in large quantities kills it. leaving you in the dark.